Hoax, featuring Kirsty McCall, and A Fairy Tale of New York. Brilliant. On XFM 104.9.
That's the song I think that single-handedly keeps Shane MacGowan in gin for another year.
It must do well though, but
I'm sure it does.
I absolutely love it. I still love it. I saw it on Top of the Pops too. And it's just brilliant. I mean, he wasn't great at miming, but it didn't bother me.
Sure.
It was miming to a different song, probably.
Yeah, in his head. It was great.
I had a little visit in the week, Rick. I think you missed out. A little Christmas visit from, I know he's a friend of yours. He's a friend of he's a friend of the nation.
Go on.
TV illusionist Darren Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's bought a new pad. Yeah. And, he just came around to tell me about it.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting because...
Somewhere to keep his guns.
Exactly. And, I can never know kind of how much, you know, he's just playing with your mind, experimenting. But he was telling me about the place, and apparently...
You say he loves you?
he's got a B-day. In the house. Now, we were discussing B-days because...
Never understood that.
I've never got my head around it. To this day,
he's not meant to.
Well, no. But I don't think I've ever met anyone who's used a B-day.
Oh, Darren Brown does. He's known as the cleanest arse in Modern Magic.
Yeah.
Shiny arse, they call him.
But we were chatting about it, I don't really know, to be truthful, I don't really know how you use them. I don't know.
Well, I assume you just sort of go over it and let...
But do you face the wall with your knees on the tiles?
No,
or do you
I
face
think
away from the wall?
No, it's sort of like you just... I don't...
And
no.
you know it's got the little
Do
nozzle.
you sit on it, or do you sort of hover above it?
Do you hover above it and just splash things onto them?
No, it's a little jet, isn't it? It does it for you, doesn't it?
But is there a jet? This is what I'm wondering. Is there a jet of water that goes up the crap?
It's like it's a drinking fountain you used to have in school.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I remember Mr. Mellows used to embarrass himself every time. I go, no! He's in the middle of the playground, Mr. Mellows!
Yeah.
It's not a B-day!
We're not at your French, you know, cottage again.
Yeah, I don't... B-day sounds French.
I'm assuming it's French.
After, you know, they're probably so embarrassed about just sort of like squatting over a hole.
Yeah.
They go, well, at least we can clean it.
Have they? Because I haven't been to France for years, but are they still persevering with the public toilets, which is just a hole in the ground?
I mean, I think they have
Has a single Frenchman travelled anywhere else in the world?
Yeah.
And seen that now
this is uncomfortable. I know, my trousers go down
to Delhi, and I think there's proper decent porcelain.
I know. I can't believe it. I think they have got the flush ones now, mainly for the tourists.
Sure, yeah.
But I've never really understood that.
But it's not, you don't go in, it's not like because they're literally crapping into an open sewer, aren't they? That's the French approach to the public lavatory. Do they have the bidet next to the hole?
No, the toilet is a toilet, isn't it?
Right.
But it's just like, it's sort of like it's like going in the bottom of a shower with a big hole at the bottom. But I don't know.
And do you I mean, again, not wishing to get graphic, but do you use the bidet instead of the toilet paper? Is it used in conjunction with, or instead of?
Do you know what? I've honestly, never used a bidet.
Because it's not really a working class thing, is it? The bidet.
No, but, well, it sort of came in with sort of like, purpose-built houses, didn't it? They sort of like shot up all over the, no pun intended, all over the sort of 70s. You know what I mean? It was like a, you know, in salmon pink, there was toilet, sink and bidet.
Yeah.
We won't be using the bidet.
Exactly.
Fill it with ice, put some beer in that.
Yeah.
Because none of my friends washes their arse.
There are people who refuse to touch their, you know, the hole with the hands, and they only use a bidet, so if they're at a party and there's no bidet.
Well, Carl doesn't like feeding his bollocks for cancer, because he says he doesn't like the texture of them.
Sure.
Well, so I mean, so he'd probably love a bidet if he didn't have to go.
But are there kind of upper-class women who just waddle into the dining room in sophisticated trousers around their ankles going, where's the bidet? It's filthy.
Where's the bidet?
I don't know.
We use the paper. The what?
I think the fish was off. I'm going berserk up there.
Get me a bidet.
Yeah, one of you lie on the floor.
Or I am climbing into the sink and turning the tap upside down. It's the only way I can do it. Yeah. B-day. Thoughts on B-days?
Have you ever used one?
Well, no, you told me all this, but you still haven't got to the bottom of how you use them.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know how to use it.
Do they come, you need to ask Darren Brown, does it come with, like, instructions, like a flat pack
I think you're supposed to know. I think you're supposed to, you know, if you've bought a bidet, the assumption is you know how to use it.
Imagine someone installing it and going, there you go, there's a bidet. You go, can you show me how to use it? Well, you like this? Well, no, let's go to the toilet first. Do the whole thing, otherwise I won't know in context.
I'll just sit here in the corner, that's fine.
Okay.
Do you read a magazine when you're normally going? Or
well, I might do, but I mean, I don't really want to do it with you here, but how will I know?
Exactly. I need to know how you transport yourself from the lavatory to the bidet.
Do you remember when we were trying to offer Carl money to have a shower with Johnny?
Yeah. just some of the highlights of the year.
That's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
We nearly had him there, and then he didn't want us to watch.
Yeah.
We said, well, how do we know that you've done it or not?
Yeah.
He went, you are definitely bent. That's his conclusion. What we got lined up?
Well, hang on, let's just say, if anyone's got any idea sort of how to use a bidet, maybe...
Any idea for anything to talk about on this show?
Well, that doesn't involve crapping or farting.
We've done that. We haven't done Little Chinese Fellas or the Gays yet. That's still to come in the second hour.
Ian.Camfield@xfm.co.uk if you've got any thoughts on B-days or just, you know, lavatories generally. Richard Ashcroft on XFM, Check the Meaning. I think it was out this year and we enjoyed it, so we
I
played
certainly had a thought then that, you know, someone like Richard Ashcroft, who's really cool. I mean, I think one of our greatest rock and rollers, really. He writes great tunes, does great albums. The Verve, you know, already in history. I just suddenly thought of him listening to this and thinking, I wish they wouldn't play my songs, because I don't want to be associated with that drivel.
Yeah.
Is, you know, most people get a buzz out of it, get it on the radio. Do you think people say, don't let Gervais
Guilty by association.
Do you know what I mean? I love that song. I love Check the Meaning. I thought it was a lovely song. And he's thinking, they're gonna sandwich it to been talk about little gay Chinese fellas and B-days.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's gonna make me look
What worries me, Rick, is that there were, you know, if we had to draw up some kind of list of artists who would allow us to play their songs, it's gonna be such a short list. Gary Glitter, you know, it's just gonna be a few people who, you know, are slightly more shameful than us.
I just thought of something. There are 1 billion people in China. And I assume it's the same percentage of homosexuality occurs, as it were. That's 1 billion, 1 in 10. That means there's 100 million little gay Chinese fellas running around.
Richard Ashcroft, if you're listening, I apologise for that last.
Think about it. John Lennon, you okay? War's over. I heard a DJ in the week. I won't say who it was, but sort of like a cheesy sort of housewife choice DJ, and he played that, and he went, weird one that, isn't it? What do you think of that the first time you heard it? Strange one. John Lennon, Yoko Ono, war is over. Here's the moment at least out there. I love that!
Oh.
What does he mean?
That's exactly what I want from a DJ. That kind of insight.
We were talking before the break about how many little Chinese fellas there are.
Yeah.
Billions.
An awful lot of them.
Brilliant, good, more the merrier.
Are you familiar, Rick, with the scary fact, I don't know, Camford, if you're aware of this, and it's chilling. I don't know where I've heard this from, but apparently, and this is kind of legend, I didn't just make this up, this is well known, that if all the Chinese people in China, right, no, come on, if they all jumped up and down at the same time, apparently, this is what they say, apparently it would cause a tidal wave
that would wipe out America.
That would destroy America.
I love the idea of coordinating that.
Brilliant. Well, I like the idea that, firstly, they don't need, weapons of mass destruction, they don't need nuclear weapons, because they got that threat
They can't
constantly.
have that, you can't count a tidal wave as a weapon of mass destruction.
Or jumping.
Tony Blair could send in sort of people, you know, UN people going, look out for anyone jumping.
Exactly.
You know,
all they need is an immense sort of skipping rope.
Oh yeah, once a little fella in Japan holding one end, little fella in Russia holding the other.
Exactly, yeah.
And they go, on your marks, you'd have a lot of coordination over that one little...
Maybe like someone like Mr. Motivator, kind of coordinating it all from the top of the wall, sort of looking down.
The Chinese equivalent.
Yeah. That would be...
Because I think that's why they built the wall. I think that's why they built the Great
jump
Wall.
off the wall.
Exactly, they just climb on that wall. That's the way it's there, that's the threat.
And that's why America started the space race.
Yeah.
Because you can see it from space.
Exactly.
So they go...
They're up there monitoring constantly.
This is, Eagle to, Houston. There's lots of little Chinese fellas about to jump.
Yeah.
This is Houston. Are they wearing them lampshade
We just need to
hats?
confirm they're Chinese. Are they wearing those... are they wearing those conical hats that look a bit like a lampshade?
They
Yes,
are. They are. Let's just confirm they're Chinese.
Because if I was the leader of China, what is the name of it? Is he the king of China?
We're so ill-educated, aren't
Is
we?
it the king of China? The
It's
Tsar
not
of China?
King, is it? What is it?
Is Chairman Mao still there? Is he
It's
still
chairman someone else probably, the new chairman. I
Or
don't
chairwoman, don't be sexist. And,
actually, you know when I said there's, 1 billion people in China, so there's 100 million little gay Chinese fellas.
Yeah.
Someone phoned up to say half of them are women.
yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Straight on the phone with that.
Well, I meant little lesbian fellas or little gay fellas.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't being sexist.
But if
I'm
I
just
was-
saying there's probably 100 million little gay Chinese people.
What worries me, Rick, is if I was the premier of China, or if it was some of the people I went to
Is
school
it
with.
premier?
Oh, whoever he is, the king of China. If I was the king of China, right? Isn't he the king of China and king and I? Or is that, he's somewhere else, isn't he?
That's Siam, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that not,
rubbish, aren't we?
is that not in China?
We're not.
Where's Siam then?
We're not. It's Ceylon now, isn't it? I don't know. Or was that? Oh my God! Someone educated listening must be tearing their hair out,
screaming at
listening to 3 buffoons
But listen,
in a room.
if I was the king of China, let's assume he's the king of China.
Okay, yeah, you'd be tall.
But you know when sometimes you've had a few drinks, whatever, you know, I mean, I'm sure you've done that thing where you order a pizza for someone, you know, a mate or whatever, or send a taxi round to their house, something like that.
Yeah.
What I do is I just phone up George W. Bush, and go, seriously, mate, you better send some stuff over, money and that, and videos. Because seriously, they're all outside now. 1, 2.
Yeah.
You know, and you can freak them out.
Send us some knives and forks, because I am fed up with these sticks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know why we're still sticking with them.
I can't pick up the tiniest little bit of chicken.
It's crazy.
It's rubbish. Send us some cutlery.
I'm having a nightmare eating yogurt.
Oh dear. This is 104.9 Racist FM.
Absolutely.
Jonah Louis. Should we apologise for that?
Not at all, no.
It's alright,
Stand by it, yes.
That was his follow-up to You'll Always Find Me in the Kitchen at Parties.
Yeah.
One of my favourite lyrics. She was into French cuisine, but I ain't no cordon bleu. Brilliant.
Yeah, looking forward to playing that in the new year.
What happened to B.A. Robertson?
Don't
He
know.
knocked it off. I was standing in the corner and the ball came across. What was the other one he did?
I don't know, we're not as old as you.
Oh no.
This is all gobbledygook to us.
XFM 104.9. That's Jonah Louis.
Yeah, you're not listening to Classic Gold. Amazingly.
I've still got my own teeth.
I think, Rick, I was the subject of a, Christmas con in the week.
What, you mean, you bought something for £4, then saw it for £4, £3.90 as you walked home?
That would make me livid.
Because I've seen you really livid.
I'm absolutely furious. When I bought my PlayStation, I saw I could get it for a £5 cheaper down the road. I was absolutely
And
fuming.
you'd already walked to about 19 places,
Oh, God,
I remember.
yeah.
I actually left you after about an hour.
Yeah. No, I do. I'm furious because I got to get a bargain. I hate feeling that I'm being ripped off.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, I'm loving online shopping. Oh, the savings I'm making, Rick.
Really?
It's crazy.
Really?
Getting 15, 20 quid off some things.
Is it really?
Oh, amazing.
But these things, I might point out, I like Jaguars and, you know, Mitsubishi cars.
Exactly.
Yeah.